Good morning. I have been asked by the head teacher of Stelfsid C of E Primary School to come and detail their minibuses, and as you can see by this one, it's very much needing some TLC. It's growing in every orifice you can think of on a bus. It's green, should be silver. The wheels look like they've never actually been touched. The plastics is growing, stained, and looking a little bit worse for wear. Even their headlight here is growing. If you come up close, you can hear this. This is all going to get clayed. As you can see here, you've got road grime, which is just built up with brake dust, grease, all of that. It's all in there. We're going to get all of that out. And yeah, it's just a beautiful day for it, which is 1 out of 7 days we've got sun. So we've got this bus and another bus to make look pretty. I've brought my full arsenal of detailing kit to tackle these buses. But by the end of it, this bus will be gleaming, and you'll never know that it was in such a sorry state. The other one, on the other hand, is a little bit worse than this one in its need for restoration. But yes, it's a little bit caked. As you can see, there is rubbish everywhere, all down in the runners. I'm pretty sure Henry's gonna have fun in all of those little crevices. But by the time we finished, it should all be looking a little bit pretty. So yes, let's crack on. As you can see, the inside of this minibus is neglected, I think is the right word, neglected. There is dirt all down in the seats, in the back of the seats. You can't really see it in the video, but the actual seats themselves are just coated in like a fine dust and dirt. All of the runners for the seats are fully caked in dirt and filth of all sorts, and it took me about 2 hours to get this up and clean. It's wheel transformations and cleans like this that really makes the fun in these cleaning jobs, these detailing jobs. This is no exception. This wheel that we're looking at was just caked in years of brake dust and dirt, road grime, and the transformation, with relatively little work to be honest, was just phenomenal. It made it feel like I was actually doing something and getting somewhere, when all I had to do was rinse, spray a bit of chemical on there and just agitate a little bit, and the wheels came up beautiful. Now, you did see me put quite a lot of chemical on there. This is for two reasons. One, it's a new chemical to me. I've never used it before. It's something that I wasn't sure, because the previous one that I had from a branded name was absolutely shocking. So I decided to get this one and give it a try, and it turns out it's phenomenal, and I didn't need to use as much as I did, so that's a lesson learned. and 2, it was just so caked in. The dirt was really caked in, so we used a lot of chemical there to make sure that we got right into the nook and crannies of that wheel. So I've just got through just spraying down this side with my pre-wash. It's quite a powerful pre-wash. It's G101. It's diluted, in this instance, 1 to 30. Pretty much because there wasn't a surface on the bus that wasn't covered in algae of some form or some tree sap. From where it parks, it's kind of under a tree. So I sprayed the whole of this one side just to give it a little bit of extra boost to lift off that algae. Turned out to be the best thing I could have done, because I tried a little bit just with the jet wash, just to see, and it didn't touch it, it didn't move it, didn't do anything. Now you can just about see in this video that wing where I'm spraying now, that was green, and just with the pre-wash, this is before I hand wash it, the silver is coming back beautifully. I was planning on clay barring, but the fact that this G101 is bringing up this bus beautifully is just phenomenal, and it didn't turn out to need a clay barring at all after its wash. But G101 and a little dwell time and a power washer, and it brings up the bus like a miracle, really. It was good fun to watch, and my wife was astonished at how clean it got after just the pre-wash. So after a good hand wash, we're just jetting it down now, just get rid of all the suds. This bus looks like new. The paintwork looks absolutely stunning as it is, but we're not done yet. This is just getting it as clean as I can before I put some spray sealer on there to make that paint really pop. You'll notice, strangely enough, I'm wearing no shoes whilst I'm doing this. This is because when I wear my trainers, my feet hurt. Especially when I'm doing this sort of work, I kind of have really achy feet, and it distracts me and puts me off, and hurts, and so I choose not to wear them whilst I do things like this. I'm looking at investing in some special sort of croc looking things. We'll see how that goes, but as you can see, I'm now working down on the other side. A little bit of snow foam appreciation. This snow foam is phenomenal. I can't tell you enough about this snow foam. It's absolutely awesome at what it does, and it just clings. And my lovely wife, my assistant, they're helping hold the ladder so I don't fall off. Now moving on to the back, where, if I'm honest, it was probably the worst on the back. You can see chunks of this algae and moss just flying off of the bus. It was so satisfying. I can't put into words how satisfying it was watching this green go to silver. It was absolutely awesome to watch. And in a second you'll see me use a detail brush around the badges, and my wife giggles at me every time I use a detail brush on things like that, because I like to make sure it's really good and clean. My wife thinks it's sort of a step that doesn't really need to be done, I guess. That's why she giggles at me. But it's just those little added extras to make sure that everything is clean for a customer. It just adds that little extra smile for somebody. Well, okay, so the time now is 5 o'clock. take out an hour for lunch, and we had a little minor leak where the hose connects. They know about it, so it's okay. I have not stopped, and the rubbish that's come off this bus is phenomenal. Like, it's all up me, it's all over the tarmac here. It's just absolutely insane. So other than me covered in it, the bus now looks like it should do. So what we've done here is I've sprayed some pre-wash on it, 101, which has eaten all of the moss and the growing stuff that was embedded in the paint. I've also I was planning on clay barring the paint because it was just horrible, it was rough. But it turns out that the 101 and a jet wash has managed to get all of that out of the paint, which is phenomenal really. We've given it a good scrub, we've snowed it and hand washed it. I've also then gone round onto the roof as best as I could with some ladders that were not really tall enough. You saw me using them on some of the clips. I should have brought my own steps really, but I may do. So I've done some of the roof as well, that I'll need doing again at some point. I've gone round and blacked all of the trim, and my beautiful camerawoman, my assistant, has blacked and dressed all the tyres and gone through and touched up some glass. I have noticed that the outside of the glass is stained, so I'm going to have a glass polish on those to get them back up. But all of the trim has come up beautifully. The back, would you believe it, is silver. The moss has started to eat the silver layer in the gutter up there, and when cleaning that away has taken away the silver because it's eaten it. Inside got a good scrubbing on my hands and knees. The floor is now blue, as you saw in the clip earlier, and the paint is all protected with a liquid polymer spray-on wax. But it's all protected. It's going to last for about 3 to 6 months, so I'll be looking at coming back and keeping it all sort of ship-shape really. But the bit that I've got to do now, just to touch up before I leave, is the skylight, because the ladders weren't quite tall enough. I couldn't quite get over to them, so I'm going to try my best now just to tidy that up before we finish and go and park her up for the night. But yeah, it's been a long day, really fun day. I love a challenge, and this thing gave me a good challenge. The bodywork was just in a shocking state. The inside was not blue, the floor was not blue. There was 3 handfuls of rubbish that come up off the floor, plus what my Hoover picked up, and at least I would say a 2-year, maybe 3-year-old banana, because it had shrunk so far that it was just a solid. I thought it was a stick at first, and the other end was furry. It was about so long. That was a highlight of this clean. But yes, all of the seats have had a really good Hoover. It smells nice. The snow foam, by the way, is absolutely insane. I will put a link to it in the description. It smells like cherry, but you can get all flavours from this company, and it just goes on and it clings. It stays there. It's amazing. I've gone through several branded names of snow foam, and this thing just came out tops by far. But yes, the inside smelled beautiful. The dash and everywhere was just a mass of dust, and that's now come up beautifully. Again, because of how bad it was, I'm probably going to have to do this again just to finalise all the little crevices and things that are in there. But yeah, I hope our head teacher here is happy with this one, and just the white bus to go. So we'll probably make that another day's job, because it's 5 o'clock now and we want to park it up and go home. But thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the little clean and the little snow foaming, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.